Hola, me llamo Violet. ¿Cómo están? La revolución industrial tiene impacto en la globalización durante 2000 a 2020 a causa de los grandes avances en el comercio. 2000 a 2020 tiene mejor tecnología y es sentido controlar la economía. La globalización está ayudando a las personas a comunicarse. NAFTA or USMCA? What's the difference? Which one is better? What even is NAFTA or USMCA? I bet very little of you know what NAFTA or USMCA is, so let me explain. NAFTA stands for the North American Free Trade Agreement and took effect on January 1st, 1994. At that time, Bill Clinton was president. The main goal of NAFTA was to increase trade between Mexico, the United States, and Canada, and in some ways it did. For example, NAFTA largely helped boost exports between all three countries. But unfortunately, one of the problems from this trade agreement was that it ended up leading to higher unemployment rates due to low-wage competition. On the other side of all this is USMCA. USMCA is the newer trade agreement and is basically the same as NAFTA, but just a more improved and revised version. It stands for the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. President Trump signed it into law on July 1st, 2020. USMCA was made because President Trump felt that NAFTA was, quote, the worst trade deal ever made, end quote. People fail to realize just how much of an effect this trade agreement has on our lives. Because of USMCA, citizens of all three countries can go to the grocery store and easily buy products that were exported from one of the other two countries. USMCA has also made labor provisions helping people earn what they should, established a committee addressing small business issues, to help firms expand international trade, and even strengthen agricultural trade. According to a CNN article comparing NAFTA and USMCA, it states, the original NAFTA eliminated tariffs on most agricultural products among the three countries. Mexico and Canada are the two biggest export markets for U.S. farmers and ranchers. While this is great and all, USMCA amplified this even more by further opening up the Canadian market to U.S. poultry, eggs, and dairy. It also gave permission for more Canadian products to cross the border. Now when it comes to the environment, there hasn't been much changes from NAFTA to USMCA. Take water, for example. NAFTA defined water as a tradable good that could be bought or sold. USMCA has done very little to address the issue of water exportation, seeing as there's only a side letter that mentions water at all in their documentation. Ralph Pentland, a water activist, has said that NAFTA prevented the exportation of water bottles and other goods, but didn't prevent restrictions of water when in its natural state. So they prohibited water bottle exportations, but not water when in its natural state. This type of thinking doesn't make much sense. To prohibit some water exportations on technicalities, but allow a different version of it to go through. This just goes to show that NAFTA and USMCA have taken some measures to help protect water, although neither have truly done enough to fix this issue. As a result, water supply has decreased and water demand has increased. Overall, NAFTA was an agreement that helped drive the growth of trade, foreign investment, and rising wages, but unfortunately led to too many additional problems. That being said, from an outside perspective, you could say that NAFTA brought certain problems to light to the point of President Trump recognizing them and creating USMCA. So in conclusion, USMCA is an improvement on NAFTA because it more effectively increased agriculture, the job market, and trade overall between the three countries.